Some people think my family stole my company during one awkward dinner conversation. Others assume it happened because my younger brother manipulated everyone around him. They're all wrong. By the time they asked me to hand him the keys to my business, I'd already spent years ignoring the warning signs. Because betrayal doesn't begin with one decision. It begins with a pattern. I grew up in a quiet, blue-collar town where every dollar mattered. My father repaired industrial machines in local factories, and my mother worked the front desk at a neighborhood medical clinic. We weren't poor, but we were always one unexpected bill away from falling behind. Watching my parents work so hard taught me one lesson early in life. If I wanted a better future, I'd have to build it myself. While other kids spent their weekends riding bikes or playing video games, I searched the neighborhood for broken appliances people had thrown away. Old radios, coffee makers, rusty fans. If it had gears or wires, I wanted to know why it stopped working. I'd spend hours taking everything apart on our garage floor, convinced I could bring almost anything back to life if I just understood it well enough. My dad loved watching me work. Every now and then, he'd kneel beside me, hand me a screwdriver, and ask the same question. "What do you think the problem is?" I never cared whether I guessed correctly. I just loved solving the puzzle. Machines made sense to me. Every failure had a reason, and every problem had a solution, if you were patient enough to find it. I honestly believed life worked the same way. I was wrong. My younger brother Ryan was born 3 years after me, and from the moment he learned to talk, people couldn't get enough of him. He was funny without trying, confident without sounding arrogant, and somehow capable of making every room feel brighter. Teachers remembered him, neighbors adored him. Family gatherings somehow turned into celebrations of whatever Ryan had accomplished that week. I loved my brother. I still do. That's what made everything so complicated. None of what happened was his fault when we were kids. He never asked our relatives to compare us. He never interrupted when people praised him. But little by little, I started noticing something I couldn't unsee. Whenever I came home with another science award or another perfect report card, everyone smiled and told me how proud they were. Then, almost without fail, someone would ask the exact same question. "So, how's Ryan doing?" At first, I laughed it off. Then I ignored it. Eventually, I started expecting it. It didn't matter how hard I worked or how much I achieved. Ryan was celebrated for who he might become. I was congratulated for what I'd already done. Somehow, those two things never carried the same weight. One evening after another family gathering, I sat alone on the back porch, watching the sun disappear behind the trees. I remember thinking that maybe everyone else was seeing something I couldn't. Maybe I really wasn't special. Maybe I was just the quiet girl who happened to be good at fixing things. Then I made myself a promise. One day I'll build something so extraordinary, they'll never overlook me again. I had no idea that promise would shape the next 15 years of my life. And I definitely didn't know it would lead me straight to the biggest heartbreak I'd ever experienced.